Hey, that's not rubbish.
Hey guys, it's Lexi Chanier, a big Upcycle groupie, and this is That's Not Rubbish, the one and only podcast on all things upcycling. How perfect. Every week, we invite an incredible designer taking a second look at the things and materials around them and giving them a stunning new look. So, blown away by upcycling, I hope you are. But if you're not and never even heard of it, welcome. Today, we are going back to school with the cool kids, and especially the coolest kid ever, Jess Fernandez, the upcycler behind Upcycled Enchantments.
Hey guys, and it's me, Jess from Upcycled Enchantments. Yeah,
I see the
I love
sparkle.
how you have a little jingle, like you said, because I have one with like my followers when I go live that I
Oh my
just
God, what
like
is
sing.
it? Is
Yeah,
that it?
what I did right now, it's like, it's me, Jess from Upcycled Enchantments.
It's like when
Yeah,
you're like in the Disney Channel and you get to do
yeah.
oh, our dreams are coming true.
Yeah, and it's so funny because sometimes at pop-ups I'll have people be like, okay, the first person to come up and sing it, like I'll give you something for free.
You deserve it.
And they'll actually come up and do it. And I'm like, oh my God, I love it.
Cue the Target and Old Navy back to school commercials.
Exactly.
That is like my constant state of mind. Like the dancing, the bops, the heavy music. Maybe it's what I want my state of mind to be, maybe, but I love the commercials. And half the time I like Shazam the songs on the back to school commercials. And it's
Yes.
like how I got into like old school hip hop, It's like
Right, right. You're like, wait, where's that from? I need to know that.
why am I dancing? Like, it's like, yeah,
You're like,
but
love it, love it.
we gotta make That's Not Rubbish back to school commercial starring Upcycled Enchantments. Did I do it right?
Exactly. There you go. You did, you did.
I get a candy.
Yes.
But yeah, you're not an upcycler in the fashion industry. You take
No.
old books, you turn them into stationery, notebooks, journals, all that. So we're really going back to school with Jess today.
Yes, definitely. And it's actually not just books. I've done like VHS covers. I've done like this one right here. This is made from makeup packaging.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, I can't throw it away. Like I need to make it into something. And I even made like what came in the makeup set as like a
Yeah.
little tab divider because I was like, no, we
Yeah, you keep the
yeah,
contents, you don't throw it away. I love that. It's like you
yes.
still get to use it. Yeah.
Yes. It's
Oh.
like, why am I gonna throw away cute packaging? I have to do something with it.
And people spend so much time on packaging. Packaging is such an art. I love packaging.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
But oh my God. So today is a great episode to come to because I'm challenging Jess to a little spelling bee challenge today. Because
Ready for it.
I'm glad that's the spirit. It's the spirit. It only seemed fit because, the students are going back to school, the teachers are going back to school. There's some upcycler teachers and students, but we got to embrace the educational spirit and dive into some on-brand and eco vocabulary.
Ready for it.
So cool. First, we will do some good news to cure the eco doomies. Or first up, first word, can you spell climate anxiety? It's a toughie.
Climate anxiety. Okay. I'll try my best. If I misspell anything, we all make mistakes, you know? Okay, climate, Climate, right?
Nailed it. Mm-hmm.
Anxiety, which I have daily.
We know her too well.
Anxiety.
You
Anxiety.
nailed it. Well done. 10 points for Jess.
I'm still in the game.
She still got it. Well, so our good news for the day is super cool. So there's a skydiver named Luigi Canny, and he is trying to fight deforestation in the coolest ways. So he tied a giant biodegradable box filled with 100 million seeds I don't know if that's accurate. I don't know how you count that, but from 27 different trees. And he got on a plane, and then as he flew over the Amazon rainforest, he opened the box. So like all the seeds were released in the
Wow.
deforestation area in the Amazon. Unreal, my kind of guy. And yeah, he says next up he's going to tackle ocean plastic pollution. So I can't wait to see what that looks like.
Wow. That is really cool. When did he do this? Was this today?
No, it was like a month or so ago,
Oh,
maybe. Yeah, it's
wow.
older news, maybe even longer than that. So
Wow.
yeah, who knows what he's doing today?
Yeah, I wonder if they've started growing.
I do too. That's good. We'll give updates.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good, true. That's true. I wonder. I don't even know how long it takes for a tree to grow.
Right. No, I mean, they take a long time. They have all those really deep roots and everything. So I figure it takes a long time for that to happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true.
That is so cool though.
I know. You see, like saving the world is fun. It's badass. I would skydive if I could do that, but
You haven't been skydiving?
not yet. But I would love to.
You need to do it.
Where
I
did you do
did
it?
it 2, 3 years ago for my birthday.
Oh, that's a good
Um,
birthday. Like,
I did it. Where did I do it? In Lake Elsinore.
that's a
And
good
I was
birthday.
like, I just want to go skydiving. It was the closest one. I'm like, all right, let's go. And I actually went with my dad because my friend was supposed to come with me, and I was like, oh, she can't go. Like, she has like pink eye or something. And my dad
Fair.
was like, well, who are you gonna go with? I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna go by myself. And my dad was like, really? Like by yourself? He's like, how much is it? And so I looked it up and goes, all right, if you could pay for me for now, like I'll go with you. Okay, deal. So we both went and it was really fun. It's like scary at first,
Yeah.
but it is so cool. I want to do it again. I want to do it again.
Who handled it better, you or your dad?
Honestly, I feel like both of us did,
Oh, I'm
but
impressed.
I was the first one to jump out. We were with like a lot of people,
Yeah.
and my dad said he got scared after seeing me like jump out of the plane.
No, that's hilarious. I
Yeah,
really
it
love
was
how he sent you first. That's such
yeah,
a
it was the
sign.
best time. I would recommend that you do it whenever you get the chance because it's fun.
I'll put little seeds in my pocket, like Johnny.
Yeah, exactly. Find somewhere to just toss them.
Yo, Johnny Knoxville from Jackass. They should dedicate a whole Jackass movie to eco stunts like this.
That would be
That would be sick.
awesome. That would be so cool. Great way to use your platform too. Like
Yeah,
not
literally.
only are you doing like something badass, it's also like eco-friendly. That would be really cool.
Next collaboration.
Exactly. Bring it up to the execs right now.
Got him on speed dial. Okay. Unlike Luigi's big ol' box, can you spell non-biodegradable?
Non-biodegradable. Nonbiodegradable.
Good.
uh Grad. It's either IBL or ABL.
Yeah.
One of those, I think.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Something like that.
It is. It is. Can you lock one in? Is it I or A?
Sure, I understand. Oh, sorry. No, I wasn't talking to you, ma'am. My
That
watch was
system's
like,
crazy.
excuse me, spell what again? Um,
Cheater.
IBLE. I'll say IBLE. IBLE.
It's ABL.
Oh man, so close, so close.
So far. But you did well. You done did it. It's always like those little words or like the little letters that are like you overthink them or something.
Yeah, I'm like something. Well, I don't have multiple choice right now.
Okay, well, non-biodegradable means that they're materials that do not ever break down and will quite literally be here forever. Like once it's in the ground, it's there forever. Main source of pollution, you get the gist. And you want to avoid throwing away non-biodegradable materials like plastic, glass, nylon. Yeah. But speaking of the unstoppable, this is Jess's comeback episode after suffering a brutal social media lockout situation. Like, what happens?
So I've had like two different things happen to me. So to like, we would probably have to start from the first one to
Yeah.
really understand like how crazy everything was, all of that. So I've had Upcycled Enchantments since like 2018. I started it part-time. And that's also when I started like my social media account. I think it was just an idea, wanted to like secure the name
Yeah.
so that no one else would get it. And I was working retail as well as going to school full time at Cal State Long Beach. There was even a time where like I had to take a leave of absence from there, and I was working at or going to school at Mount Sac and working two full-time jobs because my dad had like lost his job and asked like, hey, can you help out financially? And I'm like, sure, like, let's figure it out.
Yeah.
But always had Upcycled Enchantments. That was something that was like, whatever is going on, all of the craziness, like that's my thing, you know?
Mhm.
So I pursued it just as something on the side, and I would say around 2019, that's when I had the opportunity to pursue something that was supposed to be like in my field.
Mhm.
But didn't really work out. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do Upcycled Enchantments full time. Let's just see what happens. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But if I don't try it now, I'm always gonna think like, what if? What if I could have given this a shot? Like, what could have come from it, you know? So I was doing it full time. I started doing like little pop-ups, and how I actually started is first just selling through Instagram. So from that, I was almost at, I would say, I think I was over 7,000 on my way to like 8,000 followers. So this is after like three years of like really
Hard
hard work,
work.
putting it
Yeah.
all that into my business. We're literally building something from nothing, you know?
Mhm.
And I had a pop-up in October of 2020. The day I am scheduled to like leave to go pick up our rental car, on my phone, I upload two sales posts, and out of nowhere, I go to see if anyone has commented, and it just says I've been logged out of my account. And I was like, but I don't log out of my account. This is
Why would I?
really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I logged in, trying to log in, and it's saying that my account has been suspended. Um, if I believe there's an error to contact them.
Contact.
And I was like, okay, I'm about to leave for a pop-up, like I have two events that people know I'm gonna be at. What do I do?
Yeah.
Made a backup account real quick, contacted the events that I had scheduled, let them know what was going on.
Yeah.
Long story short, after heading back home, like nothing was really happening. After I think a month or two of trying to log in, it says after an X amount of time, like if you don't log in, we delete the account
Yeah,
permanently.
right. Answer my email.
Yeah. So like it was gone. Like my account ended up being gone, and I had to start a second account. So I'm like, you know what? It is what it is. Like you got to do what you got to do,
And
right?
you never heard from like Instagram support?
I emailed somebody. The closest response I got was supposedly that I violated a term in their guidelines.
Point it
And I
out.
was like, well, which one was it? So that I could know.
No, like I'm sorry, you're like
Um,
a rated G. Like you've upcycled Disney storybooks. Like what?
yes, yes. So it's like,
Yeah, no, that's terrible because it's like social media is like not just social anymore. Like it's like where businesses are ran, especially small businesses. Like that's detrimental.
yeah. And I
We
was
should write
like,
you a check.
it's different if this was my personal account. If it's my personal,
Whatever.
whatever. It is
Yeah.
what it is. My personal pictures. Woo. But like, this is my business.
8,000 clients in 3 years.
Exactly. So I was like, in December
Mhm.
of last year, same thing happens.
Are you kidding me?
And long story short, it took over 2 months for me to get my account back. And the only way I got it back was because a friend of a friend's brother happened to work for Instagram and was able to like help me out.
That is not cool. You need to we need to talk to Instagram. You need to get
Yeah.
me up on the customer service line. Like I
Yeah. And so it's like, having these two things happen, like it's very detrimental to a small business, especially when you're doing everything by yourself, like social media is our new word of mouth.
we can't afford TV ads or radio ads
Mm-mm.
anymore. So like that is
Yeah.
it. And that's community building. Yeah, exactly. So that definitely sucks. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I heard Instagram will give you your account back if you can spell definitely.
Oh yes. If they need that, I got them. Uh, it's DEFINITELY.
I told her I was gonna make yourself
I'm like, right? I'm pretty sure I got that one.
not even last night.
Just that one word, and that was it.
Oh my God, because I definitely cannot spell definitely. It's so impressive. But wow. Wow, I love learning. Isn't this great?
Great, great.
What about you? Like, what was your experience like in school? I can only imagine you was like the kid that goes to class an hour early, brings a
Oh
teacher an
yeah,
apple.
definitely.
Total teacher's pet here. Total.
I loved school. I would try to go to school even when like I was sick. I'd be
You're
like, no, no, I'm fine. Like I could go to school. And they're like, you have a fever.
that's
But I
hilarious.
loved it. I don't know. I loved school and I loved reading. Like icons are like Matilda and Belle, obviously.
Oh my
Like I
gosh.
think I really have a love of books because of those characters.
No, I was gonna say because when I look at your pieces, I like geek over all the nostalgic books like we would read as a kid. Like you're a
Yes,
blast from the past. Like I know you
I
like
love that.
Disney a lot, but I think like Junie B. Jones, like Amelia Bedelia. Oh, I think about
Arthur.
that one. Yes, yes.
Yes.
And I feel like the book series you were tied to as a kid is like as character defining as like your horoscope or Hogwarts house. Like, so like which series like was yours?
Um, I read this series called The Amazing Days of Abby Hayes, and it's like this girl's like diary entries. And like I just thought it was so cool. I'm like, oh my God, I get to read someone's diary.
Should I be doing
Cool
this?
is that? And I loved reading through them because like literally everything was dated. So it made you feel like you were really reading like someone's diary.
And like the handwriting, they would choose like a script font.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Like I read the Dork Diaries. Oh, that was my ish. And oh, she
Yeah.
had like little pictures and it was like,
Yes. It would be like
yeah.
little doodles and stuff. And you're like, dude, this is so cool. So it's like, yeah, I loved all that. I loved having the cute stationery.
Oh,
I loved having the gel pens,
don't
especially like
even
the
get me
scented ones, the
started.
scented gel pens,
Okay, what was
the
your
little
scent? That sounds
sparkles,
character defining too.
vanilla.
You look like a vanilla.
I'm like, it smells so good. Vanilla or like cotton candy. I even
Um,
I have a Build-A-Bear named Candy.
so like what is the inspiration behind like your transformations? Are they inspired by like your love of reading these diary
Yeah,
books? Yeah.
it's like it's Upcycled is pretty much all my loves like combined into one. Like I love stationery. I love reading. Um, I love books. Because I grew up with them. I grew up with them. I still read now. Even for fun, just for fun, not for like class or anything.
Yeah.
I just love reading books. And one thing I would really say that I love about my business or how it became is I didn't want them going to the trash. The thought of a book going to the trash is just like, I, we could do something with it. I had to do something.
Here we
My
are.
and then my love of thrifting too, because that's how I started. There's a thrift store near my house. Oh, it used to be more of a bookstore, but now it's just a regular thrift store. But back then there were a lot of books everywhere. Like I would say at least like 4 rows of books. And I would just ask him like, what do you do with the books you don't sell? And he was like, oh, honestly, we either transfer them to a different store or we throw them away. And I was like, there's no way. Like the thought of a book being thrown, like, no, no. And that's when I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. And then I was like, wait, I found the upcycling community, and I was like, technically, I'm upcycling. Like, upcycling is turning something old into something new, giving it more value. And like, I am giving something
I
more
like that.
value. Yeah.
That's so, yeah, I mean, you really are. Like, it's really cool, especially because you do keep the contents in it and then you can use it as something else too. So, like,
Yeah,
walk us through
yeah.
the process. How do you make
Yeah,
them? WikiHow
so
us.
so from like start to finish, first I have to thrift for them.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get lucky and people like donate books to me, which I'm always open for donations.
Yeah.
Um, and pretty much I cut the spine out and I cut all the paper individually into the same size of the storybook pages.
Oh my God.
And then I count out, depending on what type of stationery I'm making, like how many pages is gonna go in between each story page of the actual book.
Oh my God.
So like after doing it for so long, honestly, it's kind of like therapy because
Yeah.
it's like I don't even have to think about it anymore. It's just something I'm just so used to. And then yeah, after you cut it, I put all the pages in between and I use a binding machine to put it all together. And that's how they're made.
Once upon a time, you are so
Yeah,
inspiring. That is so
yeah,
cool. And it
yeah,
does feel good to know that you're doing good, even if
yeah.
it's not like that obvious.
And it's something that like you don't really think of too until sometimes you hear like stories from like customers or something.
Mhm.
I've had people who told me like, "Oh my gosh, I used your notebook to prep for an interview and like I got the job and I think it's because of that. So like thank you so much." And I'm like, "Oh my God, thank you for sharing that
Yeah.
like with me."
It'd be so cool
Um
if you had like if I mean you can do this, but like, I guess if I could or like someone could send you like their favorite like childhood book and then you could turn it into like a notebook that you can write
Definitely.
in now.
I take those customs as well.
Mhm.
Like I'm always open for customs. If you have an idea, like let me see what I could do.
That'd be such a good like Father's Day, Mother's Day gift. Like the book that you
Yes.
like your parent. Like my dad and I, he loves The Giving Tree. Do you know that book?
Oh my, I love that book.
Oh my God, it gets me more when I'm older. Like you know what I
That
mean?
boy is so mean.
I'm
He's
literally
so
tearing up right
he
now.
just took
He
everything. He
just
took
takes, and
everything.
does not give. Okay, word alert. Can you spell conscientious?
Oh my gosh.
I
Conscientious.
love this
Word of
game.
origin. No, just kidding.
Can you please use it as in a sentence?
Um,
But it's like conscious
C,
shopping. So it's like,
yes.
yeah,
Um, CON.
you're off to a great start. Oh my God.
SCIOUS.
Okay, SCI. I'll let you start again. SCI.
SCI. What was the word again? Conscientious.
Conscientious.
E
Yeah,
N
yeah.
C.
No. Conscientious. I guess it doesn't.
Man, I'm lost. I was gonna end it with CIOUS.
You did great. It's a T, but it's IOUS. And that's like
Ah,
the third hardest word to spell in the English
gosh,
language, according to.
that T.
But look at us, consumer kids gone ethical. They're back to school shopping. Woof.
Yes,
Let's talk back to school shopping because that's the best part about school.
all the cute stuff, all the cute supplies.
My God. Like, what was your favorite subject in school, first of all?
Oh my, I'm gonna be such a nerd. Can
Okay,
you
maybe
guess?
science, math.
Math.
Oh my God. You
I
were
was like,
breaking
I
fingers with
love
math.
math. numbers, problem solving. I got this.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
That was
Well,
me. I loved math.
I don't know about you, but I would totally give like my favorite subjects, like the cuter colors or like designs
Oh
that I could
yeah.
find. Totally. Totally.
Like your favorite to your least favorite.
Let's do a BuzzFeed moment. Which folder were you? Like, were you more of like a kitty and a teacup or like Lisa Frank or just solid color
I
5-star folder?
think it was Lisa Frank. Lisa Frank or like Hello Kitty.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that was
Okay,
it.
this is a big one. College ruled or wide or yeah, college ruled or wide ruled loosely space.
College.
We're so grown up. That was a big year when like you looked at like your back to school supply list and it wasn't wide ruled anymore.
And you're like, I have to write that small?
Are you kidding me?
That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I was in the yearbook committee. I don't know, were you like a part of like any extracurriculars and stuff?
I was in cheer and I was in track.
Oh, a little extra
And then
Ashley.
I was also in like AP and like IB, so I didn't really have time to do like all those other things because cheer just took up like a lot of time. That was like I did that for all 4 years.
Yeah,
And
no.
like we would
Beautiful.
compete and stuff, so like it was just I don't really have time for anything
No,
outside of that.
no. I never thought I'd be in yearbook either, but I remember I only did it because our yearbooks were so bad. They were so bad, and I was like, let me take care of it. Like I will do the whole thing. Like I did. Like I
That is
literally
so
did.
cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
That's really cool.
Yeah, yeah. But cheer, what was cheer like? It's funny because in the movies, like the football guys and the cheerleaders are like, oh, the gods and goddesses of campus.
Oh my gosh.
Queen Bee.
No, I don't think so. It's so funny because I think like from the outside looking in, it
Yeah.
might seem like that, you know? But I will say I had so much fun when it came to like competing.
Good.
Like that was really fun. And it was also really cool to do like football games too.
Yeah.
Because our coaches were awesome. Like I feel like our cheerleaders, we weren't like peppy. We were more like we're giving you like attitude, like cheerleaders. Yeah.
Ooh, I like that. I
So it's
like
like
that.
that was so fun. Like we love to like battle like other teams and stuff.
Did you do that like
So
cheerleaders versus cheerleaders battle?
yeah, like when they would come to like our school,
Yeah.
we would do like it's like across the track where you're like battling with like each other.
Wait, that's so
For
cool.
us,
Give me a T. Give me an
yeah, like
M.
it was fun
Yeah.
while it lasted, but yeah, I don't know if I would do it again.
I feel like we learned so much about you and how you've led up to you create. So Lisa Frank vibes, Diaries of Abby Hayes. So you did gel pens. What about like those squishy like Japanese erasers? Like those took
Oh,
over like 2009.
the little images where there were like flowers and
Like
then
you
they
put them either
started.
like on the back of your pencil, and they like little animals, or like just like those sets of like
Oh,
sushi, like they're like the Japanese ones. Yeah.
yes, they used to have, and I don't know how it even worked. Sanrio, they had that putty eraser.
Oh
Did
my
you know that?
God.
It
No.
was like this eraser that was like putty, and you would play with it and it was scented.
Yes,
But it
yes,
was somehow also an eraser. So if you
yes.
actually used it and erased it, you would see it and it would work, but kind of leave a smudge. You're like, but they're so cute.
No, but if you didn't know an answer on a test, you could totally just milk it and be like, "Oh, my eraser smudged my answer." You
That was the eraser.
just can't see it. It's actually a 5, not an S. You know? Okay. So this is a really important question for me to ask you. So Scholastic book fairs. You walk into a
Yes,
Scholastic book fair, where are you headed? 'Cause that's a big day of the year.
that is a very big day. Oh my gosh. I feel like my first instinct is to go through the aisles to see like what books there are. Like, what have I not seen? What is not available at Barnes and Noble? That's what like. I'd be like, I don't want something that I could get at Barnes and Noble. I want something that's gonna be from the Scholastic Book Fair. I would do that, and then at the end, that's when they have all the stationery.
Oh yeah.
And then that's when I'd be like, I'm in trouble. I think at that point, my mom, like, after the first couple times I did that, she's like, we're just gonna get the catalog and you could pre-order.
Give you a catalog.
This is your budget. I tried getting more.
I've been good this year. It's for Christmas, my birthday, and Valentine's Day, and
exactly
Easter,
all the holidays in between. We could save it and just for each time.
The book and erasers, what, like $15? Like, cough it up, Mom. Cough it up.
It's okay, Mom. I earned it.
I've been good. I'll clean my room.
I did my chores early.
So important. Like, so important. The Scholastic Book Fair is just character building, life-changing. I remember them vividly. So, yeah, great.
Where would you go? What was your section?
So my parents never let me buy anything from the Scholastic Book Fairs, which is so
Would you just look?
cool. Like, that's torture. That's literally torture.
We need to bring you back.
We do. But I would probably mess around with, like, I really like those do it yourself books, like where they were like,
oh, okay.
Answer. Like, I like those and just things like that. But it really would just depend on like the book covers and like stuff.
You
like
would judge
that.
the book by its cover. You're like, are you cute? No. I mean, I feel like all of us did that when we were younger.
I know.
We're like, what has the cutest illustrations?
Who's speaking to me? Who's got glitter, pink, all that. Like, essential. But I was gonna ask you like what draws you to stationery, but is there even an answer to that? I think everyone just loves office supplies for absolutely zero reason.
Yes. I think I've always just loved stationery. Even if it wasn't for school, I was just like, I think after reading those books, I was like, want my own diary. And I would write little entries. But no, I feel like just in general, like I like writing things down, me personally, because I feel like I remember it more. Like we're always on our phones, It's like you're always on your phone, so I rather just like write things down. I think actually, wow, I'm like remembering things. I used to love writing notes in high school to my friends.
Oh, that's
so
really
I think yeah, I think that's why I love stationery. I have an old like best friend, and we had a notebook that we would give to each other. And we would like take turns like writing in it and like filling each other in on like what happened that weekend or like, all the cheese.
Do you still have this?
All the tea? I think I have one of them probably.
You cannot throw that away. That's incriminating.
No, it's like the best. Like that was our thing. We would just pass around this like notebook.
No, I'm so sentimental. Like I would cry if I read that now. Like that's so cute. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really cute. Oh my God, a word alert. Let's do a word.
Yes.
Okay, the game maker, last but not least, you're losing. So you kind of need a redemption moment.
Okay, yes.
Okay, can you spell calendar?
CALENDAR. Calendar.
That is the word that got me out of my school spelling bee. And I thought it was ER, not AR. So you're a good woman. You win.
Thank you. Thank you.
You beat 8-year-old Lexi.
Yes, I got calendar.
But yeah, very on brand for you. Stationery princess.
Of course. Yes, I also make planners.
Yeah. Tell us about like some of your other like staple products and inspirations and
so I make notebooks in like different styles, so it could be like a standard, deluxe, or a 5-subject, and all that. What varies is just the amount of paper and what kind of paper goes in there. I've also done sketchbooks, scrapbooks. I've done planners, and like all my planners, like this one, they're undated, like monthly and weekly, so you could start them whenever you want. The tabs are dated January through December, but the inserts are completely undated. So you could start it now if you wanted to, technically.
Yeah, because what happens to all
And
like the calendars that like are narrowed to the time that they're for? Yeah. Ugh,
yeah, and especially it's like I feel like when I have dated calendars, it's so hard for me to actually like keep up with it.
I would
I
make
don't know
sense.
why, but like
Mhm.
it's so much harder for me to keep up with a dated calendar where like I said, writing the things down because I feel like I remember it more. But something really cool that I've made recently is actually like a clipboard folder. So this right here, it looks like a book,
Hey,
right? But when you open it, it has like the Velcro closures on top, a
that
little
looks
pen
so
loop.
good.
It has the clear pockets on the inside. And when you flip it over, it's a clipboard.
That is so good.
And
That's
like
perfect
when
for
you're
a
done, you could
teacher.
like hang it. So this is something that like I came up with by talking with like my customers and like my followers when I would do like live sales and stuff. And
Yeah.
someone was like, "Yeah, like can you make a clipboard?" And I was like, "I think so." And
Wow.
I tried figuring it out and like this is what I came up with. And they were like, "Okay, this is way better than we thought it could be." Because
It's the best couple photo I've ever seen in my life.
like they're like, "Dude, that is so cool." So like, could hold your little pen.
What doesn't it do?
Um, and I had a teacher recently at a pop-up who I'm so happy she shared this story with me, but she told me she's a teacher, so that's what she uses it at school every day. It's like her little clipboard, and she has it, like this. And her students are like, "Oh, what book are you reading?" And she's like, "No, it's actually not a book." And she'll show them like what it does. And the kids are just like, "Oh my God, that is so cool." So I love that the teacher who told me, she was like, "I'm like, thank you so much because I have something to look forward to every day. And
Yeah.
like my students have something to look forward to. And it's something that we talk about every day. And it just makes all of us so happy." And I'm like seriously, thank you for sharing that because that means so much, because it's
Mhm.
like sometimes like, I don't know, I'm pretty sure anyone like people have felt this before, whether you're a creative or whatever. You're just like you don't know if what you're doing like means anything to anyone. And to hear like how it just brings so much joy to like a classroom. Like that's all that I could ever ask for. If my creations get to like spread joy through however people interact with it, like that's all I want. So it's like it might not be for you, but it might be for someone else who just appreciates it, whether they have one or not, you know? So like I like I really love that.
Right.
Like that's why like I really miss like, having that connection with my community. Like it means so much more than like just selling it to some random person. Like it just feels so good to hear like these like all this feedback or these stories and how people connect with it. So yeah, I love that. That's probably my favorite thing about my business besides making them.
Stationery princess. You're
Yes.
perfect. No, like you bring people back by like just like the materials you use, like these old storybooks.
Yeah.
Amazing for teachers. You're combating so much waste. Like I feel like if trees love you, they're spreading their branches closer in your direction for sure.
Ugh, please, please. I want to be a tree.
That's amazing. No, that's really beautiful. I love what you do. And you're the ultimate, like, every teacher should have your stuff. Send this to all your teacher friends. Yes, I
Yes.
love it.
Yes.
And I mean, calling California, Jess does tons of pop-ups in the greater LA area. I know you just did one Saturday, but any upcoming ones?
Yeah, so I actually have a few pop-ups planned. Hold on. Do you mind if I grab my agenda real quick, my
Is it
planner?
an Upcycled Enchantments agenda?
Yes, of course.
Absolutely.
Okay, let me go grab it real quick. I'm like, I need to make sure I'm giving like the right dates.
Yeah, of course, of course. Anything to interact with an Upcycled Enchantments agenda.
All right. So this planner, this is I also upcycle artists' prints, so like their artwork.
Yeah.
And this is by my friend Critterosity. This is her fan art.
Oh my God, it's amazing. It's like Corpse Bride.
It's Hocus Pocus.
Oh, that one. I thought you were talking about the other one, but that one's amazing.
It's
Love
Hocus
Hocus
Pocus.
Pocus.
It's
Yes.
silly. But yeah, my next pop-ups, I actually have a couple coming up. So the first two I have next is gonna be in October. And the first one, it's gonna be called Ohana's Halloween Town. And that's gonna be in the Doubletree on Huntington, if you're close to SoCal. And also with the Creatives Market on October 21st, and that's in Pico Rivera. I do have a couple more in November. November, the big one is Isle of Magic on November 5th. And that's going to be at this really cool like auction house that has pinball machines.
Oh my God, that's
So
sweet.
if you love a themed, magical, mystical pop-up, that's the pop-up for you.
I love the Ohana Halloween sounding one. That's such a fun
Oh,
combination of themes.
yes.
Have you
Yeah.
started thinking about Halloween? Like, I have to start.
Yes.
What are you
So
thinking?
it's so crazy because there's not a lot of Halloween books that you could find secondhand.
There.
So whenever I have a Halloween release, it's like things I've saved up for like a year.
Get them while they're hot.
Yeah, so I have like a hand, like, and barely two handfuls of like Halloween stuff coming up. So if you love Halloween, you love spooky, my October pop-ups are gonna be where you could get all that
You
at.
could do like a look for like Goosebumps books or,
Yes,
oh, I
I
love
would
those.
love that. I would
Like the
love that.
scary
I've had
stories.
someone reach out to me asking me about that, but it's so crazy. I haven't found any Goosebumps when I go thrifting.
Oh my God. People cherish those. Maybe that's a good
I
thing.
think that's
Yeah.
why. Like honestly, because I feel like if I had Goosebumps, if I still had it, like I wouldn't want to use them.
Take them to the grave. Yeah, well, thanks a million for coming on today and letting me challenge you to a fun spelling bee. You killed it, Jess, and your English teacher
Thank you.
and math teacher would be so proud of you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'll definitely keep in touch with everything you're creating. It's so cool and it really just takes me back. So love what you do, Jess. Thanks so much.
Of course, I appreciate it. If you ever need an upcycled creation of your own, I'm your girl.
Give me a treat, Father's Day gift. I'll hit you up in May.
You got it. You got it.
Well, I am sending extra love and sanity to all my students out there and teachers and anyone that works at a school or is a part of school, even moms, parents getting their kids ready for school, but also like my student upcyclers. Like it's a lot. It's not easy balancing that life, but yeah, definitely share this episode with your friends you've met in elementary school, middle school, high school, college, anytime. You guys can reminisce over and you can confess on all the Japanese erasers you've stolen from your elementary school friends.
And the gel pens you stole, you know who you are.
You know exactly who you are. I had a girl.
You know which gel pen you took.
Purple. That's the one someone stole from me. It's my favorite. But especially make sure to send this to your teachers and teacher friends because Upcycled Enchantments be a great back to school tag along. I don't know. Bless everyone. They're gonna kill it in school this year. If you're enjoying the show, make sure to donate. I will leave the link in the description and keep yourself some company this next week because we're back to every other Monday. So take a look at past episodes, the social media. Till next time, aka October 2nd. That's not rubbish. Bye.